The Egyptian desert is not silent, it whispers. Every gust of wind across the Giza plateau carries the hiss of shifting grains of sand, brushing against stone that has stood for thousands of years. And in the center of this eternal murmur, crouched like a guardian of secrets, lies the great Sphinx, part lion, part human, and entirely mysterious. The sun rises over the plateau, bathing the Giza pyramids in gold. While the towering tombs gleam in the light, the Sphinx remains in shadow, its weathered face a study in endurance. The nose is gone, the beard fallen, yet its presence remains unshaken. To the ancient Egyptians, it was called Hor-Emakhet, Horus of the horizon. It was not a ruin, but a living god, an embodiment of the power of the pharaohs and the cosmic order they claimed to uphold. Yet from the moment European travellers rediscovered it beneath the sands in the early 19th century, one question has echoed louder than all others: who built it and why? The conventional answer comes from the Old Kingdom, around 2500 BCE, during the reign of Pharaoh Khafre, builder of the second largest pyramid at Giza. Many Egyptologists argue that the face of the Sphinx is his, the regal chin, the ceremonial headdress, the gaze that looks not at the pyramids but eastward toward the rising sun. The lion was a symbol of power and divine authority. Carving the pharaoh's face onto the lion's body would have been a declaration, a monarch fused with the strength of nature, guarding the necropolis for eternity. But the Sphinx's weathering tells another story. In the 1990s, geologist Robert Schoch made a startling observation. The Sphinx's body shows deep, undulating erosion patterns, not the horizontal wind-blown scars seen on other monuments, but vertical fissures carved by heavy rainfall. Rainfall in the Sahara? The last time Giza saw such persistent rain was thousands of years earlier, before 5000 BCE, when the region was lush and green. If Schoch was right, the Sphinx could be far older than Khafre's reign, a relic of a forgotten civilization. The suggestion sparked outrage in academic circles. Egyptologists argued there's no evidence of an advanced culture in Egypt that early. Yet the erosion patterns remain, the stone does not lie. By the time of the New Kingdom, the Sphinx was already ancient. Records from Pharaoh Thutmose IV, around 1400 BCE, tell of the monument buried up to its neck in sand. In his dream stele, Thutmose recounts how, as a young prince, he fell asleep in the Sphinx's shadow and dreamt the god spoke to him. "Clear the sand from my body, and I will grant you kingship." Thutmose obeyed and became pharaoh. The stele still stands between the Sphinx's paws, a stone proclamation of divine favor. Yet after his reign, the desert returned. For much of history, the Sphinx lay entombed in sand, re-emerging only in brief moments when rulers or storms uncovered it. Its missing nose is often blamed on Napoleon's soldiers, who supposedly used it for target practice. But sketches from before Napoleon's arrival already show the monument noseless. The true cause remains uncertain. Perhaps an act of iconoclasm in the medieval period, when a Sufi sheikh is said to have attacked it to halt, well, idolatry. The ceremonial beard now lies in fragments in the British Museum and the Cairo Museum, suggesting it may have been added long after the monument's creation. Was the Sphinx's original appearance different? Was its face perhaps not Khafre at all? Some fringe theories even suggest the original head was a lion's, later recarved into a pharaoh's likeness when political tides shifted. The head is disproportionately small compared to the body, a detail that lends weight to the possibility of resculpting. Over millennia, myths have swirled around the Sphinx. To the Greeks, it became a creature of riddles, a killer who challenged heroes. In Arab folklore, it was the work of a lost civilization that predated the flood. One persistent legend speaks of hidden chambers beneath the Sphinx, containing records from the fabled Atlantis or an ancient pre-dynastic kingdom. Edgar Cayce, the American sleeping prophet, claimed that a hall of records lay sealed under its paws, holding the history of mankind from the dawn of time. Ground-penetrating radar surveys in the 1990s did detect anomalies beneath the Sphinx's left paw, rectangular voids that could be man-made. Egyptian authorities have never fully excavated them, fueling conspiracy theories. Centuries of sand, wind, and human interference have taken their toll. By the 20th century, cracks threatened to split the Sphinx apart. Egypt launched major restoration efforts, replacing some of the most eroded limestone blocks and stabilizing the base. Yet some early restorations were clumsy. Modern cement trapped moisture inside the stone, accelerating decay. Today, preservation is a delicate balance between protection and authenticity. The Sphinx has endured not just natural erosion, but political change, religious upheaval, and the rise and fall of empires. It has been worshipped, neglected, buried, and uncovered again, a survivor in every sense. Stand before the great Sphinx and you feel its presence, not simply as a monument, but as a witness. It has seen the Nile flood and recede, seen pharaohs crowned and kingdoms crumble, seen the desert claim the land and the wind carve the stones. It may have guarded the tombs of kings or the secrets of a civilization long vanished. It may be Khafra's proud likeness or the face of a ruler lost to history. We may never solve every riddle it holds, but perhaps that is the point. Some guardians do not give up their secrets, they only watch and wait. As the desert wind rises again, the sands swirl at its paws, and the Sphinx gazes east toward the horizon, where every day the sun rises anew over the ancient land it still protects.